Hi, this is Dawn from Crafty in Texas, and today I'm going to smash the remaining papers in this paper pad. This is the Magical Adventure Pad from Echo Park. It's a Disney themed. There are originally 24 papers. I have roughly 10 papers left, almost one of every pattern. And I'm hoping to get 3 projects for each piece of paper. So stay tuned and let's see what I can get done. So I've decided on 3 projects that I can make with each piece of paper: a matching card and envelope, a hot cocoa pouch, and a bookmark. So I think what I need to do is start with the envelope and card first. The first thing I need to do is I need to cut each of these pieces of papers down, and I need to make them into an 8x8 section first. That will have the envelope. That makes the envelope. So I'm going to do an 8x8, and then that leaves me with these pieces of paper, and I'm going to leave them in this size first, and then I'll go back and recut the ones that I need for the other 2 projects. So off camera, I'm going to cut the rest of my paper and get those ready. All right, I finished cutting everything down into the 3 sections that I need. I'm going to start by making my envelopes. And the reason I'm going to do that is because each of the cards are going to be individually made and decorated, and so, but the envelopes are going to stay the same. So I have my 8x8 pieces of paper. I'm going to use my scoring guide to make my envelope. Funny thing is, I could not figure out how to do this, and then I watched a YouTube video, and then I was able to do it, and it worked just fine. So the first thing that I do is you measure to 3.5 there, and then you score. Then you just turn, line up the score mark with this little pokey thing, sticky outy thing, and then score all the rest. And then, kind of hard to see, but there it is right there. Whoops, that's not supposed to happen. Of course. Line that up, score, and line that up, and score. Okay, the next thing that we do is we fold each of the lines, score lines. Oh, I should have thought about directionality of this paper. Well, it's a little late now, but okay. So now what I need to do is I need to cut out these little triangles. They do make a nice little punch that you can buy with this, but because I bought this scoring guide at Tuesday morning, they didn't have the punch with it, but I'm sure I could get it online. Whoops. Got these little triangles. And then it says to round the corners, and I do have a corner rounder. So I will use that. Oh, that's just so cute. Oh, probably need to make a little one. Oops, try this one. Okay, that's much better. Now my corners. There we go. Oh, and then next, what we're going to do, fold it in, glue the sides, and there we go with her little envelope. Well, I'm going to have to fix that. Oh, that is so cute. All right, so off camera, I'm going to make the rest of the envelopes, and then I'll be back in a few minutes. Envelopes are finished. I think they came out really cute. Even the ones that are directional, I think that still looks very nice. Okay, all right, so now that the envelopes are done, I'm going to start working on the cards that go inside. For these long pieces, I'm actually going to cut them down to 10 inches, and then I'm going to cut them in half at 5 so that each one of these can go on top of a card face like this, so that then I can decorate this to go with my envelopes. All right, so I'm going to go do that. I'll be back. Okay, with the 2 sections that I cut in half, actually let me go like this. So with these 2 sections I cut in half, I used half of the pile to make cards that match the envelopes, and then I'm going to use these little pieces to decorate. So I'm going to move these out of the way. All right, so I chose the piece of paper that matches the envelope, which is so cute. So I have that one, the striped one, the little ticket one, polka dot, which is good because this can either be this way or horizontal. This one I made purposely so that we can read the words. Polka dot. For some reason I didn't have the paper on this one, so I used just some polka dot. And then lastly I have the star. So I'm going to start working on these and decorating these. I think since these ones are going to be sold individually because they have a matching envelope, what I'm going to do is make these all into birthday cards. And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to decorate these 8 cards. I'll probably use these 2-inch strips to go with each card. I'll go through and see which ones look the cutest. And then I will work on that off camera, and I'll be back in a few minutes. What I've done here is I have laid out all of my cards. I went through the pocket cards, and then I went through the 2-inch pieces that I had, these little pieces here. And then I added them to each card, coordinating pieces. Next, the little pocket cards that, the 3x4 pocket cards that had come with the sheet, I cut those and kind of placed them. And because I'm making them birthday cards, I'll need my birthday stamp, and then I will position each of the birthday stamps on the card so it's going to cover up some of the other words. And then I pulled my stash of little things that I have been using my scraps for. So when I have a lot of scraps, I'll go through and I'll make little die cut bows. I'll stamp some stamps and fussy cut those. I have little pieces of things that I had fussy cut out of a piece of paper, random scallops, circles, regular circles. So what I'd like to do is use as much of this as I can to decorate my cards. So I'm going to go through that process. It'll take me quite a while, but I'll go through the process, decorate each card, and then put them together. I finished all of the cards to match the envelopes, and I'm going to show you each one. Here I have little wooden embellishments that I added. Each of them are going to use this happy birthday to you sentiment. Here I have some sequins and some stickles that I added. These come from little cut apart pieces from one of the pieces of paper that I had. I used just the sequins on the center of that one. This one. Kept it fairly simple with just some sequins and some stickles on one of the balloons. Here I added little icons of food and popped up the sentiment just a tad. Fairly simple, just some stickles on the bow and a sequin. I didn't want to make them two-dimensional because then they don't fit in the envelope very well. And this one, stickles on the bow with some sequins, and the flowers have stickles on them. And then the last one, this one has a little girl on it with some stickles on the flower and some little gems. Okay, I'm finished with that project, so I now need to move on to the second one. The second project is the bookmarks. I'm going to take the long piece of paper, divide it in half at the 2-inch mark, and then I'm going to use my tag punch that punches a hole at the top. and then cut the rest of these off camera and come back when I'm all finished. All right, I was able to make 8 bookmarks from the one piece of paper. Actually, I didn't make 8, I made 10. I kept them nice and flat so that they will fit in the books really well. And each one, I did all the designs different, similar, so each one had a little kid's face and a little saying on there. Then I added some ribbon that I had, and then this last one. So those are the bookmarks that I made. Next, I'm going to start working on the little pieces of paper that I have. It's roughly about a 4x4, and I'm going to make the hot cocoa apple cider pockets. Okay, I'll be back. I finished all of the hot cocoa pouches. These 2 here I left plain because of the paper had enough embellishments on them. And here's the one actually with the hot cocoa in it. These are the different ones. Each one I added stickles, a bow, sequins, and another one of these little icon pieces that I cut out of a piece of paper. I really wanted to get through a lot of the extra scraps that I had from this paper pack, and I think I've really done well. I only just have a few left. These 2 here. Okay, so all in all, there are 10 hot cocoa packs. These are still a little wet, so I'm gonna just put those there. I made the 10 bookmarks. And I made I think there's 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 of the matching envelopes with cards. So I have officially finished my Disney themed paper. Thanks so much for staying for the end. I hope that you enjoyed all the projects that I got done today. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.